Are you still using the old school hood prop on your 4th gen Tacoma or 6th gen 4Runner? If so, it's time for an upgrade. In this one, we're installing the hood strut kit from Yota Xpedition. In under 15 minutes, you'll have smooth, hands-free hood lifts every time. Let's get into it. So we have everything on the table here, which is including both of the hood struts and then the 2 brackets for the driver's side and 2 for the passenger side. We also have some extra hardware here, depending on if you have the 4Runner or Tacoma, you might need these. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tools you're gonna need to get this job done. So for tools, we have a ratchet, we have a extension, a 12mm socket, we have a 14mm socket if you're gonna be using that supplied hardware, and then we also have a 12mm wrench. So getting into the install, we'll start up here at the hood hinges themselves. We're gonna be removing the upper bolt on both sides. It's gonna be a 12mm, so we'll go ahead and do that. This part is gonna be exactly the same for both the 4Runner and the Tacoma. So we'll go ahead and remove this and get these brackets installed. So we'll take the bracket, we'll put the bolt back in. Just take note of the orientation of how we are mounting it. We're gonna be doing the same on both sides. All right, so we have both of our upper brackets installed. Now we can install the lower brackets. This is where it's gonna be a little bit different between the 6th gen 4Runner and the 4th gen Tacoma. So on this particular 4Runner, this is the hybrid engine. So you're gonna have this overflow over here. We're gonna have this bolt here we're gonna take out. And then the other bolt for the reservoir, we're just going to loosen so that we can move this out of the way a little bit and put this down in place and get the bolt reinstalled. Using the 12, go ahead and crack this loose and take this bolt out. The back bolt will go ahead and just crack loose. Now we're gonna be using the bracket that has the little hook on it, and it's going to be going in this orientation. So we'll go ahead and pull the reservoir back a little bit. We'll drop this down in place like so, and we can get that bolt started. Go ahead and tighten this back up. All right, that one's done. Over here on the driver's side, we're gonna be using the 12mm wrench, and we're gonna be removing this bolt right here. So let's go ahead and take that off and get the bracket in place. So now we'll put our bracket in place like so. We'll go ahead and get our bolt started. And we'll tighten that down. All right, we have all 4 of our brackets on, so the last thing to do is just get our hood struts installed. So we'll go ahead and put those onto the bracket and push it until it clips in place, just like that. And then, as you can see, this needs to be turned 180 degrees in order to line up properly, and we do need to lift the hood just a bit to get it lined up. So take out your hood prop, lift up the hood, pop that in. So that'll be enough to hold it. So we'll go ahead and get the other side on. Same thing over here, snap that on, get this side to line up, push the hood up a little bit, snap that on, and that's it. All right, so let's go ahead and test them out. Make sure everything works as it should. And that looks really good, and it makes it a lot easier and nicer to open your hood. You don't have a hood prop in your way. But let's go ahead out to the 4th gen Tacoma and take a look at what it looks like installed on a non-hybrid engine. All right, so we're out here at our 4th gen Tacoma. As you can see, we got the hood struts installed on this as well. So when it comes to install, the brackets on the hood itself are gonna be the same no matter what model. Down here is where it's a little different. So you have your battery instead of your that reservoir. The bolt hole location is gonna be exactly the same, but this is where you're gonna be using one of those supplied bolts since there is not one there from the factory location. So once you get that installed, you're good over here. And then over on the driver's side, pretty much the same as what we did inside. All right, guys, there you have it. That's the Yota Xpedition hood strut kit for both the 6th Gen 4Runner and the 4th Gen Tacoma. If you guys have any questions about installing this, make sure to drop a comment down below. And if you want to pick this kit up, make sure to head over to yotaxpedition.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.